forward the video.
When you hit this button here, it should say record on it.
The one up there, okay.
I'll show you. I'll stop it.
Smile too. Oh.
It says record.
Yep.
Okay. How do I stop it?
Oh, you don't know how to stop.
I think.
There's something wrong. Must be the flash.
See, that's what I get for messing with it. All right. I'll stop it. Okay. All right.
You want me to go, excuse me, everybody?
No.
Is that a good shot right there?
Yeah, but try to get the White House in the background.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
I got you. Take a deep breath. You can do it. Oh, man. It's that fire. Fire. Fire.
You ready?
Yep.
All right. The day McDonald's failed. I remember when it happened, the moment it befell. My stomach's heart was sinking, and church bells darkly nailed. The times they were a-changing, but the world could not foretell the tragic death of America's dream. It was the day McDonald's failed. I will tell of the events that led to this farewell, each sad foreboding hint that jailed into a franchise hell. Uncle Sam had gained excessive weight. He could hardly wear his pants. The doctors claimed they wanted to help, but he didn't have insurance. So he self-prescribed a pint with some mix, for he was too proud for the clinic, and he lost all interest in politics because the lobbies had made him a cynic. And America's youth ran away every night, but instead of running the streets, they raced the information superhighway to distant websites. And the dummies planted under the sheets were too realistic for parents to notice their forgotten children's farewell, which meant there were no goodnight kisses on the day McDonald's failed. And the urchin with the bum with the hobo, with the hippie and the wandering gnome, formed a coalition with a manifesto, and the homeless called America home. Then La Gente marched down La Calle Mayor, proudly exclaiming, Yo tengo un sueño. Some citizens asked for a translator, but most didn't want to know, and a couple were searching for Jaime Crow. The believers looked to the west for a sign, but the ocean never swelled. The president cried it was unprecedented. CNN reported it was unparalleled. Musicians around the world cut $1 million single because they felt compelled on the day McDonald's failed. And the poets of the 50s had been beaten to a pulpy slime, and television commercials had insulted our intelligence for the very last time. And Hollywood claimed it was cool to die. But they were only smooth talkers, and there were star stalkers, and everybody's fearing the parole board hearing, because John Lennon's next album would not be appearing. But Mark David Chapman hummed at home in his cell on the day McDonald's failed. And some capitalists were giving Swift's proposal a second scrutiny to keep the poorly rich living where every kid has a kidney. And the used parts business began to excel, so the Army held a rummage sale where you could buy the bomb without the shell, and Justice was blind, but she could still smell the senator reeking of muscatel. So she complained.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, keep going.
So she complained to the Office of Personnel that they only make deals with Jezebels. Try to find a politician willing to expel a heathen in a house full of infidels. And the American dreamers were under the spells of villains who spoke in villanelles, with tongues as graceful as gazelles, with secret agendas to propel. And no radicals or rebels let out a yell because it became cliche for the youth to rebel. The state of the church ran parallel when clerics replaced collars with fancy lapels, from fashions in GQ to Mademoiselle, pouring black made-over into friendly pastel. And the most popular religions had eliminated hell, and there was nothing left to draw from the well on the day McDonald's failed. The children all grew silent. They had lost their golden citadel. A trillion pigeons ascended in search of a new place to dwell. Some said that cows were heard rejoicing in the pastures and the dales, but you could have heard a pin drop in the Burger Kings and in the Taco Bells on the day McDonald's failed.
The end.